Hello YouTube, Ian here from Budget Gaming and welcome to my channel. This is my first ever YouTube video and I'm kind of going off the cuff, so please like, share, comment, subscribe, give me some feedback. Let me know if you like it, if you hate it. I'm hoping to improve. If you do like it, trust me, stick with the channel. I'm eventually going to get some proper videotaping equipment. I know I'm just doing this off of my phone. Hopefully you can hear me and yeah, welcome to the channel. So the goal of this channel is how do you game on a budget? Well, I love gaming and I don't like spending a lot of money. So one of the great ways that I save money is going to Goodwill. Now here are some pickups that I just got from Goodwill recently. Let's start off with X-Men Origins Wolverine. Now as you can see, this was originally from GameStop, $11, something like that. And that wasn't a price that I really wanted to pay for this game. Even though I've heard great things about this game for a movie tie-in game, nonetheless, not really interested at 12 bucks, but $2 from a Goodwill, can't beat it. Saints Row 2. Now this is another game that I was not really interested in at paying $60 for. Kind of looked like a cheap Grand Theft Auto ripoff back in the day, but recently I've heard some great things about this series. I've wanted to get into it, and I'd love to start at the first game, and eventually move on into this. So another $2 I spent, and it's a great PS3 game. Now, next I've got a game that I did not know existed. I am a huge Time Crisis fan, and I've never heard of this. And that is Time Crisis Crisis Zone. And this, it cost me about $2 or $3, and I cannot complain. I love the Time Crisis series. I've been playing since I was a kid, dumping quarters in the machines, and eventually, just 2 or 3 years ago, I picked up the GunCons and Time Crisis 3. I eventually bought Time Crisis, the original, for the PS1, and now I own Time Crisis Crisis Zone. So what's cool is if you have a CRT TV, plug in the GunCons, and this will work with it. So that is awesome. I can't wait to use my GunCon 2 to play this game. Now, here's a game, love it, hate it, who knows. I've not heard anything about it. I haven't looked up the reviews. I haven't looked up how much it goes for online. But at $2, I couldn't say no. And that game is Avatar: The Last Airbender. I remember seeing this game at, Dollar General. And, surprised. I was really surprised seeing a game at Dollar General. And, yep, I was like, not really into it. But $2, can't say no nowadays. Now, here's a movie tie-in game. Well, it's a Lego movie tie-in game, which those are a little bit better than your standard movie tie-in games, but didn't really enjoy the movie. A lot of people did, but not for me. And that is Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. And, if you love it, that's awesome. I spent $2 on it, so I'll add it to my Wii U collection because Wii U is pretty hard to find now. It's surprising that, it was just last console generation, and it's already going the way of the dinosaurs. It's hard to find. I'm sure this one's probably more common, but, at $2, can't say no. Now, this is a game right here that I have in my hand. I looked it up online, found it on eBay, because this is a sealed copy of the game, going for $45 on eBay right now. And that is Onimusha 3. Now, I remember playing the original Onimusha on my PS2 as a kid growing up. My parents, I think they actually bought it at a Toys R Us, surprisingly. And sure enough, this one is from Toys R Us. They were asking $15, Toys R Us, unfortunately, they went out of business a few years ago. And, they probably was sitting in the back somewhere, and then they're just donating it away. You know, I picked it up about $2. Can't complain for a sealed copy. Going for $45 on the internet. So I am pretty happy to own this. This is going to look great in my collection. So another place that I go all the time to look for video games is pawn shops. Pawn shops are amazing to pick up used video games. Sometimes you can find them even new. And they're always great. The staff usually will work with you. If they know you coming in, you know, they see you on a regular basis, they'll give you some deals. And I got some great deals here. So this weekend I spent a little bit out of my budget. I spent $50, but I have just a mountain of games, and I am not kidding. I got all these games. And yep, let me start off with something that's actually not a game. This is the Blade movie UMD. Now UMD Video, I don't know why Sony thought this was going to be a good idea. No idea why. But, you know, the PSP, I still love it to this day. I'll still bring it on the job sometimes if I know things aren't going to be too busy. And yeah, sure enough, I'll sit there and I'll watch a movie on it. You know, can't complain. Now, this is a game that I remember seeing, and I was like, I don't know why they would make a movie or a video game out of this movie. Who knows? Hopefully it's good. I'll have to give it a try. 300 Road to Glory. And, or March to Glory, sorry. March to Glory. Yeah. You know, it's a PSP game. Bought it at $2 a piece. Another game I got for $2 is Midnight Club 3. Never been a real racing fan. I mostly like first-person shooters, RPGs, stuff like that. But, you know, $2, who knows? Maybe I'll love it, maybe I'll hate it, and I'll sell it to someone for a little more than I paid for it. All right. Now, this is SOCOM Tactical Strike. You know, here you can see that they wanted, you know, $2.99 for it. You know, so they were asking $2.99 for this, and I, you know, bought a boatload of them, and they're like, you know what, we'll cut you a deal. So I got all these games for $2 a piece. And one of those games is Warriors Orochi. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, but you know, it's a loose PSP game. Can't complain for $2. You know, one of the secrets that I have is I buy the oops, that's not good. I buy these cases in bulk, and it's usually about $10 you spend on the cases in bulk, and then you know, I'll make the cover art. I'll just go online, print out the cover art, and then, you know, there you have it. I got something nice to put on the shelf. Another game, I actually already own this game, but at $2, you know, I love Star Wars games, so I will always pick them up. It's $2 a piece. And so this one is Star Wars Battlefront Renegade Squadron. I remember I actually had this game when it first came out. I remember I walked to the GameStop. I was in high school. I didn't have a car. Actually, I think it was in my freshman year in high school when this came out. I walked to the GameStop to pick this up day one. I was so happy. In fact, I remember playing it on the walk home. I had brought my PSP and I started playing this immediately. And I loved it. Then someone stole that PSP with that game inside, and I was so mad. I eventually was like, hey, I got this empty game case. Went on Amazon, picked up this game at, I think, $10. And then, of course, you know, 2 months later, I'm in the pawn shop, and I'm like, you know what? I just bought this at $10. If I can get it for $2, you know, I'll eventually be able to sell it. Beowulf the game. Now I remember these games used to be so cheap. I remember this was always in GameStop, and I was like, who knows? I wish I would have picked this up, you know, at the time, because I think they were going for $1 a piece. I spent $2, you know. But, you know, even if it's not a good game, still, it's going to look nice on the shelf once I actually put this in a case, get some cover art on it, you know. It's going to make my video game collection look a little bit bigger. And that's one of the things I'm about. I like having that giant shelf of games. Even if I say some of them aren't my favorite, I still like having that giant shelf of games, you know. If that's not you, if you don't like owning every single game you can, by all means, don't buy these games at $2 a piece. You know, it's probably not that great of a game. I haven't heard anything about it, but I will give it a shot. I will play good games. I'll play bad games. So, now, here's a game that I just bought, just because, and actually bought the other game. Let's see, that was the first one, PSP game I showed. So this is SOCOM Tactical Strike, and this is SOCOM Tactical Strike Demo Disc. Now, I have never seen a demo disc in the last 5 years for a PSP game, so I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. I'll love to just say that I have a PSP demo disc. You know, if that ever comes up in a conversation, you know. They actually cut me a deal on that one. They said, it's the demo disc. We'll give it to you for $0.25. So couldn't complain for $0.25. Hey, you know, at the very least, I have a conversational piece. Now, another SOCOM game, and I own the second one in the series. This is SOCOM Fireteam Bravo, and I played through the Fireteam Bravo 2, and I was like, man, this is pretty good. You know, you get a nice little shooter on your PSP. Obviously, nothing compared to the PS3 or the PS4 if you have those, or even the PS Vita. You know, that's better comparison. Still couldn't complain. I thoroughly enjoyed the second one in the series. It was a little difficult. There's some times where I was grinding my teeth, but overall I had a great time. Couldn't complain. So I got all these PSP games for about $2 a piece. Now, another $2 I spent, and then this one unfortunately doesn't have a nice, case. It's got the GameStop case, but this is Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. You could see that they were asking $24.99, at GameStop. Obviously, I didn't pay that. Originally, Pawn Shop wanted $12.99. Talked them down to $2. They cut me the deal. I couldn't believe it. This is a game that I already own, but I want to introduce a friend to the series. Who knows? I'm probably gonna end up giving it away. But $2, and I give someone a video game that they're gonna love. No, this is a game that I picked up for $1, and this is Call of Duty 2 Big Red One Special Edition. Never seen the special edition before. I didn't know they had a special edition. Who knows? I don't know what kind of perks the special edition has. I'll have to look into it. But I picked it up for $1. I can't complain. Even though I already own the regular edition, couldn't complain. Now, this is a game that I bought for $3, and a lot of people are going to be saying, no way. You did not spend $3 on this game. And this is Monster Hunter World. Can't complain at $3. Walked in the pawn shop, immediately saw it, and asked them how much, and they said $3. I was like, yeah, I will take it. I didn't waste any time picking that up. Now, another 2 games that I picked up at a pawn shop. They bundled these together because they wanted $12.99 for this, the Halo Master Chief Edition, or Master Chief Collection, sorry. So they wanted $12.99 for the Master Chief Collection, and I saw another Xbox One game that I was like, you know what? I'm usually a PS4 gamer, but I want this in my collection, and that is Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet. They cut me a deal, and they said, we'll give you both for $15. At that price, I was, yeah, sure, give me them. This is a game I got for $1, and I already own this game, but I don't have it in this this packaging. I believe this packaging originally came with the PS3. When you bought a PS3, a certain bundle, they gave you these games. One of those games was Infamous 2. Now it comes in this little packaging. It has the disc in here. It's completely sealed. I got it for $1 because they had no idea if the disc was in here. They didn't know what this was. Of course, I remember when the PS3 had these, and yeah, can't complain at $1. Now finally, there's quite a story behind this one at the pawn shop I went to for this one. I guess there was a problem customer in there. He's been there for 4 hours. He stank. He not a pleasant guy. You know, if he's watching, hey, sorry, man. Just calling it as I see it. But yeah, the employees there were not having a good time with him. He was distracting him and all this stuff, giving him a hard time. And I was like, hey, you know, check out this other pawn shop. They got some better deals. Sure enough, I got him to leave. And, you know, went in there and I was like seeing this game. They cut me a great deal, and that is Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Picked this up for $5. You know, they were like, hey, you really helped us out getting that guy out. Here you go for $5. Couldn't complain. Now, I have some more pickups from pawn shops because I go to pawn shops a lot. Every month I'll go to 2 or 3 pawn shops and I will be picking up games left and right. If I can go more times, I definitely do. Usually with my work schedule, I don't have the free time to go. But this month, you know, I've had tons of opportunities to go. So, sure enough, I go into pawn shops and I will pick up some games. And sometimes, you know, they're not that great, you know. But one of the secrets that I have is if I buy a lot of games, usually, since most people in pawn shops, from what I found out, work on commission, the more games they see me buy, they'll throw in some games for free. And sure enough, I got one of these games for free. So I spent $1 on this game. You know, the Golden Compass. You know, never heard anything good about it. Never heard anything bad about it. Who knows? I'll give it a try. Didn't really look it up before I bought it. You know, at $1, you know, I checked the disc, made sure it was clean, and then that's all I cared about. This game came without a cover, you know, unfortunately, but this is Unreal Tournament. Now this right here was one of the original PlayStation 2 games, and you can tell that because it's got that blue tint. So if you see one of these, the difference between this and the regular PS2 games is that the blue tint, they're printed on CDs. So now you know the difference. If you see one of the original PS2 games, they were CDs, and then they eventually moved on to DVDs. Another game at $1, Spider-Man 2. I picked up actually Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. So got them at $1 a piece. And I picked up another racing game. Never been a real fan of racing games, but you know, at $1, you know, can't complain. Now, I spent a little bit of money on this, $5 for the Steelbook of Gears of War 4. And yeah, lovely Steelbook case, $5, can't complain. But then, while I was in there, I saw another game, and it was bundled with the Xbox One. I've been looking for this game for quite some time, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if they can just sell me the game. So I asked them, hey, can you give me that game? I know it's in a bundle. Can you sell me that game over there? And they're like, yeah, sure, definitely, sir. So they swapped it out for a different game, and the lady who was there she was very kind. She gave me some great customer service. She asked her manager, hey, how much are we going to sell this game for? Now, she looked at all the games that I had bought from that pawn shop, and she looked at the game, had no idea how much to sell it for. So she said, just give it to him for free. So this is the game that I picked up for free, State of Decay 2. Now, I loved the first State of Decay. It was amazing. I had a great time. And, it was free. Can't complain. Cannot complain. Now, here's 2 more games I recently picked up. These were a little more expensive. Both in unique cases. One's a steelbook, and then one's with actual art book attached. And I bought these from a shop called Media Exchange. Now, Media Exchange, they're local in El Paso, and they go and sell some great deals. They got games that they buy in bulk from people that are just trying to sell them at a place besides GameStop, because everyone knows at GameStop you're going to get like 10 cents. So they buy these games from people, buy tons of them, and then they sell them at a pretty decent price. So I got Hitman, Steelbook edition, and I'll show you. It comes in this nice, sexy steelbook. Open it up. They got game, perfect. Comes with the inserts. I love when the games come with inserts. So can't complain. I got it. Originally, it was supposed to be $20, and the weekend that I went in, they had a sale that was 25% off for all their games. Now, another game that I picked up from there is Yakuza 6. Now, I'm a big fan of the Yakuza series. I started playing with Yakuza Dead Souls, and I know that's a pretty unique one to start with. A lot of people are surprised when I say that. And then I just recently went through and played Yakuza Kiwami. I'm hoping to eventually get the entire Yakuza series because I just love it so much. So, pick this up. Again, I think this was $15, something like that. 25% off. I don't know exactly how much it came up to, but can't complain. Now, last but not least, this is a game that I picked up from Amazon. Now, there's a channel that I've been recently watching, Games of War, and this was one of the games that he recommended. He said he loved this game, and that is Curse for the Xbox. And I'll have to give it a shot. I love when I hear other YouTubers, talk up games, and it's just one of those things where it's like, man, I got to try that game out. So those are my recent gaming pickups. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I paid too much for anything. Let me know if you think I got a great deal. And then please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.